Okay, quick question. Can you tell I've got hair extensions in? Because I feel like you can. But I'm like, maybe if I just don't do too much movement, it'll be fine. Hi! Welcome back to the channel. Drink of choice, Red Bull. Yeah, back for another video. And in today's video, we are going to be discussing an album from a very, very controversial person on this app, funnily enough. Today, we are going to be discussing Trauma Queen, the debut album of Gabbie Hanna.
I sold my soul, I just wanted everything.
Trauma Queen was Gabbie Hanna's debut album, which was released July 22nd, 2022. When this album was released, Gabbie was in a very dark period of her life. She was spiraling on YouTube, posting about how YouTube was like blackballing her and all the people that she was beefing with, and it wasn't a good time in Gabbie's life. And she was in a sea of controversies and feuds where many agreed that Gabbie was the one in the wrong. Some people were even labeling her the villain. Do you know what you get, right, when you mix Gabbie's self-pity and her trying to embrace the role of the villain? You get this album. It's a mix of Gabbie talking about stuff like heartbreak and self-pity, but also truly becoming the villain. Even though it was quite evident from the way she would post on social media that she didn't truly believe she was the villain. So it was more like she was pretending to be the villain, but then going onto the internet, whinging and crying about how everyone has wronged her and how she's actually the victim. Mixed messages, mixed signals, right? Also, not long after the album was released was when Gabbie had her very scary panic episode in August 2022. I want to say it was literally a few weeks after the full album was released. And then after that, she proceeded to leave the internet. So this video will mainly be focusing on the music. I'm not going to delve really too far into the controversies. There's plenty of videos out there that will delve into her history and her controversies and all her feuds and all that stuff. This video is more about the album, the music. But I bring everything up to sort of paint a picture and give a little bit of context to the material and the substance of Trauma Queen. With that being said, I'm going to do what I always do in all these videos, and I'm going to speak about the singles. So this album had 5 singles with 2 promotional singles, but I'm going to talk about the 5. First single, we had Happy in the End, served as the lead single, and it was released October 22nd, 2021. And then the second single was Rewind, which was released New Year's Day, 2022. Then we had I Sold My Soul, which released March 25th, 2022. Then we had Head in the Clouds, which released April 20th, 2022. And then finally, we had Trouble, which released May 27th, 2022. None of these singles would have any major chart or commercial success. She was releasing all this music independently at the time. She was an independent artist. And as we know, most independent artists don't have much commercial success. But that doesn't matter. It's not about how well the music does. It's about if the music is good. Now is the time to get into the album itself.
Oh my God, run now, we're gonna die.
Track 1, Stone Heart.
So my initials in your stone heart.
The song starts pretty well, right? Her voice sounds pretty and the lyrics aren't the worst, and I actually like the way she sings on the song for like the first minute and a half. And then as the song goes on and there's more to the song and the song gets a bit louder, her voice becomes a bit more rough, and then I start not liking the song. Her voice is really grating, and that's a really unfortunate recurring theme throughout the whole album. Her voice is rough. It's hard to listen to at points. I will just say that. Fun fact. This song was written and recorded for her scrapped debut pop album back in August 2019. The album was scrapped December 2020, and I know all of this because of the Gabbie Hanna wiki.
You're gonna know my name.
Can we get an applause for the Gabbie Hanna wiki? That's about as much research as I did. I used the real Wikipedia and Gabbie Hanna wiki. Track 2, we have Rewired. I am a hater of this song. She really, really wanted Green Day's Naturals so bad with that opening line. And I hate the chorus. It's so bad. It's just like the lyrical content is just very much her being like, oh guys, I'm dark and emo. It's very angsty. It's like a very angsty teen has just listened to some pop punk for the first time and was like, I'm gonna write my own song in their diary. And again, her voice is really rough on here, and I don't like it. Track 3, we have I Sold My Soul.
I sold my soul, I just wanted everything.
Literally take mostly everything I just said about Rewired about 30 seconds ago and just sort of apply it here. Again, it's very just, I'm dark and edgy and emo. Although, it is quite funny to hear her talk about going to hell and meeting the devil and all that. Not just on this song, but throughout the album. Because she's now in her ultra-Christian era. She's a trad wife. She's a Christian girl. Track 4, we have Trouble. This song's pretty much summed up by the opening lines of, oh guys, don't mess with me, I'm crazy and out of control.
I'm a madman. You wanna play with the maniac.
It is a slight improvement of the past 2 tracks. Like, that much, just like a slight improvement. Because I like the instrumental a little bit better. That's it. The rest of the song, and fun fact, when she changed the direction for her debut album from pop to rock, now she's making rock music.
So now we're making rock music.
This and When I Die were the first songs written for this album, Trauma Queen. Track 5, Runaway.
Run away, run away.
I wish I could. Jokes aside, this song isn't actually all that terrible. Will you believe it? Will you believe it? The verses are actually pretty catchy and her vocals sound pretty decent. And I like the sound of the song. It's like a nice break from all the screaming, scratchy vocals and the, oh, I'm the bad guy lyrics. I do hate the chorus, however, but it's just because it's not for me. And this song is honestly the best song on this album. I'm just gonna be upfront. This is the best song on the album. The album peaks here. It's all downhill from here. And I'm saying that it's the best track on this album because it's the only track I can really listen to without wanting to throw my phone at the wall. And fun fact, this song was written and recorded for her, again, her scrapped debut pop album, all the way back in February 2018. So I'm imagining this song was probably written around the same time as like a lot of Two-Way Mirror. Maybe Honestly and Monster. Track 6, we have Warning Shots.
You heard the warning shots. Said you wanted me.
Honestly, one of the worst transitions from verse to chorus, like maybe ever in all of music.
Your chest.
Nothing.
You heard the warning shots.
I'm like, sorry, but what the fuck is with the robotic voice? It is just unbearably bad. It's just violent whiplash from a moment of decency with Runaway, and then we're just straight back into D mega doo-doo territory with Warning Shots. And the song honestly sounds like slop FNAF music. It's like we're straight back into this I'm the villain evil music. Why? She wants to claim the title of the villain, but then she's going online being like, oh, Trisha Paytas, you wronged me. It's like, what?
Shut when you think about it. Go.
Sorry, it's so, because she still does that to this day. She still goes online and she still goes, "Oh, Trisha, you're the reason that my life is ruined." And it's like, no, maybe it was, I don't know, your own actions. It's hard trying to speak just about the music when there's so much of everything else involved in the music. Track 7, Wish We Never Met.
Secret and how well I kept it unfound. Wonder if
1, out loud mentioned. Say what you mean out loud. 2, this song isn't the worst. It's silver medal. It's second place underneath Runaway. I like the softer sound on Gabbie because there's just no need for those other vocals. And there isn't a whole lot going on in this song, but considering what we do get when there is a lot going on, I'll take it. Track 8, Hang-Ups. The verses aren't terrible, but the chorus is bad. And that's a common theme on this album. A lot of the choruses on this album are quite bad, to say the least. And again, her voice just sounds really rough. It sounds like she's been smoking 2 packs a day. And it just sounds really sore. And in all honesty, it sounds quite forced at moments. And I can feel the strain on her vocals through my phone speaker. And it's just genuinely really hard to listen to. Track 9, Head in the Clouds.
I'll keep it moving for now. I'm good when I'm burning out.
I quite like the instrumental, but here we go again. Her voice sounds really bad. Her voice is quite frankly at its worst here and then track 12. Her voice is the worst on those 2 tracks. And the thing is, this track isn't all that vocally demanding. She could have easily sang this in like a quieter, breathier voice and it would have sounded a lot better. I don't know, she wanted to be like, ah, in my ears about singing about getting high. So, but I will say, this is one of the rare occasions on this album where the chorus is the standout. The chorus on this song is actually not too bad. The verses, on the other hand, you can leave them. They're quite terrible. Track 10, Silver Lining.
When you came around, it was pouring down, baby.
Literally all I wrote was, I'm just so over it. I don't like it. At this point, I'm exhausted from this album. That's literally all I wrote. There's a lyric where she's like, something's about getting struck by lightning, but she kind of likes it.
Makes me wanna get struck by lightning, but I kinda like it.
Oh, Gabbie, you saucy minx. It's just like, shut up. Track 11, When I Die.
When I die, remember me like this. Cross my heart and hope to die.
Sounds like her poetry, and it sounds like all the other bad songs, so like 90% of the album. I do like the instrumental, and I like her vocal choices on the song, but I don't like the lyrics. I'm over it. I'm over the album by this point, listening. I was just like, please let it end. Finally, track 12, the lead single, Happy in the End.
Even if that means I'm dead to you, you're dead to.
I like the piano. That's it. Her voice is really, genuinely very hard to listen to on this track. It doesn't enhance the listening experience or the storytelling because she's doing that sad, like, I'm really sad, like, shaky voice to convey emotion. But she's also sounding like a fucking chain smoker, so it's just not for me. Really not for me. And it's like, this is the last fucking hurdle. And I'm really struggling. But fun fact. Although this was the first released song from this album, the first released single, it was the last song written and recorded in 2021 and then later released in 2021. Straight up, this album is bad. At its best, it's like 15% listenable, and that's because of 1 track, maybe 2. This album is just a mess. It's Gabbie trying so hard to play into this villain role, even though she doesn't believe it. She's crazy, she's dark, she's the bad guy, she's a madman, she's a maniac. And all that is really tragically ironic, considering later on, weeks after the album's released, she has that very scary manic episode. What I'll say about that is I'm glad to see, from what I've seen, she seems like she's doing better, but there are things that are, you know, a little bit concerning, but she says that she's in a better place. She says she's in a good place. And although this hasn't worked for a lot of people in the past, I'm going to take her word for it. But anyway, Runaway is by a landslide the best song. And even then, the song is fine. It wouldn't, you know, if it was released by like Sabrina Carpenter, it certainly wouldn't go number one. This album, it just feels like a product of someone that's bitter, that's self-righteous, and it's quite frankly pissed off that no one will take her side or pander to her victim complex, even when she was clearly in the wrong. And instead of taking accountability, she's just proclaiming the status of the villain to avoid taking accountability. And it's less of an album of music and storytelling and more of someone just like lashing out and throwing a tantrum and like throwing their toys at the pram and being like, wow, I'm wronged by the world. And it's just, it's hard to listen to. It really is. And the music itself is just a severe decline from her better songs like Butterflies.
This is gonna hurt, this is gonna hurt. Give it all we can, it'll never work.
Or Out Loud.
Say what you mean out loud.
Or Broken Girls.
Broken girls, because they make you feel put together.
Songs of her late 2010s era. And even then, those songs are just, they're fine. They range from like fine to good. But the thing is, they're fun and easy to listen to. They're an easy, digestible listen. And this album isn't. This album is exhausting. You mix the messy production with the bad lyricism, with her screechy vocals, and her inability to even try to take accountability. And you just get this slog of an album. It's a hard listen. And I was a fan. Growing up, I was a big Gabbie Hanna fan. So I wasn't a fan when this album came out. Listening to it in 2026 and seeing that she's still displaying those behaviors of like not taking accountability for her actions in any of the situations that she's been involved in. You can't go on the internet and claim that you've grown and you've changed and you've found God and you've done all this growth as a person when you're still displaying the same behavior as you were 4 or 5 years ago. And this album is a documentation of that.
I want a divorce.
That is it. That is my video on Trauma Queen. Do not listen to it. Best track, Runaway, Wish We Never Met, second. Worst track, rest of the album. But yes, that is the video. I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. I don't actually think I've ever said that in a video, by the way. I don't think I've actually said to the camera, hey guys, like and subscribe. I have a few videos planned. Anyway, I will love you. I will leave you. And I will see you in the next one. And in all honesty, I really hope my hair did look good. If it didn't, fuck me. But if it did, then that's even better. But I think it didn't. I think it looks better if I keep it like that.
Who I wanna be, 네가 뭘 하든지 쓸데없는 참견하지 말고 좀 가줄래?
I think you're fat.
Yeah, that's
It's just my opinion. I'm not bullying you. I'm just giving you a opinion. I think you're ugly. I think you're fat. I think you're stupid.